I am not feeling super hot today, but since I don't believe in getting sick, I figured I would do a makeup tutorial instead. Damn, Daniel, look at those bags. I'm still trying to get used to how I want to upload videos, what my schedule is going to be, you know, literally everything else. I'm just gonna start like throwing things at you guys and you tell me if you like them. If you don't like them, I'll take it away, pretend like it never happened. I'm gonna keep it simple and just do my kind of everyday look. Special occasions, bat mitzvahs, funerals, all the above. LOL, my daily look. I don't put makeup on every day. As my daily look, this means whenever I have to go out and like see people and pretend like I'm like a successful human being. In actuality, I look like this all the time. So we'll call this my everyday look, even though I certainly don't do it every day. My go-to everyday look, whatever you want to call it, is kind of just like a really dramatic, neutral smoky wing line eye. I keep it neutral so I can switch out like the lip color. I'm really into like a 70s palette. Like I like mustards and like rusty colors, rustards. I love really like kind of like ashy green colors, stuff like that. The holy grail of these like rusty 70s color palette that I'm talking about is the Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics. Look at this. Look at that. Can you believe? This is fucking messy as hell. Just as a side note, so my friend Lexi, you guys might know her as Looks by Lexington on Instagram and YouTube and literally everywhere else. She just released a line of merchandise stuff. I'm like floored by how much I love this bag so much. Okay, it's the size of my giant damn head. It holds everything. I didn't even know they made makeup bags this big. This is incredible. And it also says, do you think I mascara? And I don't mascara. I mainly got it because Kara is there. And if you guys want to get a bag that's the size of your head, please, I'm gonna link her shop down below. Go get one. They're not even that expensive. They're cute as all hell, and they're gonna hold probably all of the makeup that you own. So you probably noticed that my skin is not looking super hot. The air quality in LA is not great right now because of all the fires. So I'm just kind of combating crappy air quality with crappy skincare currently. And also I just finished the 31 days of Halloween and I got a facial, and usually after I do that, my skin like starts like going into panic mode and it's like, what are you doing? And like everything just starts coming out of it. So I'm kind of like right in that area. I wish I could say that my bags aren't this bad, but actually this is pretty decent for what they usually are. So let's do this thing. I'm just gonna put this on because it's cute. I am going to obviously start with moisturizer, and I use Glam Glow Nude Glow. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I cover my face in moisturizer. That's so nice. Since I'm having issues with my skin, as you can see, I'm gonna do some color correcting. Instead of caking your makeup on, which I don't want to do, color correcting is much better. I'm using the green color corrector, the HD concealer from NYX. I'm just gonna like put a little bit on wherever the areas are that I'm kind of having issues with. So I got the Pro Filtr Retouch Primer from Fenty Beauty from Sephora with some of my points the other day. I freaking love it. I just haven't had time to go buy the full bottle yet. Yeah, you should put on your primer before you put on your color corrector. Yeah, I know. But remember when I said I didn't feel good? I'm gonna use that as an excuse for this whole video. I hate the skin under my eyes. It's fine. Is this my color? Yeah, that's it. The NYX HD concealer. It was on sale, so I wasn't expecting anything great from it, but actually it's pretty awesome. It's just a happy little accident. Is this not the biggest beauty blender that you've ever seen in your entire life? I love large things because I'm a large lady, and so when things are large like me, it makes me feel a little bit smaller. I usually use my finger for my concealer. It's just a personal preference. I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm wasting less product and I'm keeping it centralized to the areas that I actually need it rather than spreading it all over the face. Okay, so that's so much better. You see that? That's wonderful. I'm not really gonna bake it right now. So, I don't know why people ask me this so much. Like, what comes first? Like, your foundation or eye makeup? There's no right or wrong answer to that, you guys. Do whatever makes you happy. I think I just kind of switch it up depending on how I'm feeling. I will say it probably helps if you are using like a very highly pigmented makeup brand like Melt. Like, so for instance, like now I'm gonna do my eyes first. It probably helps more to do that first because you're gonna get a lot of fallout with more pigment. You know, not a bad thing, but just something to keep in mind. It's just a matter of preference. 99% of the things with makeup is really just a matter of preference. I hope you guys know that. You're not doing something wrong because your favorite YouTuber is doing it a different way. Anyway, just a little, just don't get down on yourself because you're doing something different than somebody else. So, like I said, I'm gonna start with my eyes first because, again, this brand, Melt, has a lot of fallout with their pigment, but that is not a knock. That is actually a really, really great thing to have that much pigment in your palettes. I feel like Mary Poppins with this bag. Hello! Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna prime my lids. I'm gonna use Urban Decay. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna use Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer. And I've actually had a couple people tell me that this eyeshadow primer really makes their eyelids cake up with their eyeshadow. And to that, I will say use it more conservatively. If you are getting that issue where it's caking up too much, you might just be using too much. I don't use very much at all, and it does the trick. It's great. I'm gonna start with one of my favorite colors in this palette, Laura Lee. I haven't done my eyebrows in a minute. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to the dollar store after this, and I already know I'm gonna look a million times better than everybody else in there. So I'm just taking Laura Lee and I'm taking this color and running it in the crease of my eye. Can I tell you guys another kind of pet peeve of mine? I don't agree with doing one eye and then the other. I know a lot of YouTubers do that and I get it because it makes it quick to do tutorials, but all right, so once you've got this really pretty rusted color, I'm gonna call it, in kind of just the crease area, blending up a little bit more too, because this is kind of gonna be one of my transitional colors. I'm such a mess. I'll be fine. I'm gonna now go in with, I'm gonna do Fire OG. So I'm gonna go in, same brush, again, just going through kind of the crease area. At this point, all I'm doing is shaping out where that like kind of curvy style of my eyeshadow is gonna be, and then I'll start carving it up and making it more dramatic after this. I'm gonna go in with a curved eyeshadow brush. This is very packed, it's very tight. That's what she said. This is gonna be good for getting a lot of pigment into, like, I use this for getting it into the corners and the crease of my eye. I'm gonna go in now with Leo. Boop, there it is. It's a little bit more on one than the other. But again, this is why you do this at the same time, so you can build it together. There's not much left on this brush as far as product, so I'm just gonna use it to kind of blend that out. I'm actually I put a little bit more of Fire OG on this brush, and I'm just bringing it in about halfway. I am gonna use Gemini in this palette, but before I do that, I'm going to take some eyeshadow base from NYX. It's just a nude color. So I'm gonna take a brush, a little baby brush like this. Is actually a cream lip brush, but it's perfect for kind of cutting out that area for highlighting your eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take a little bit on this brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna, from here, I'm gonna open my eye just a little bit so I can properly place where I want this thing to go. Right there is good. Okay. I'm not looking for a hard line. It honestly, all you really need to do is tap that puppy out with your finger and you're good. So let's do it to the other side. So I just want to go a little bit higher than where that crease is on my lid, just so you can kind of still see a little pop of it when my eye is open. Oh, fuck yeah. This part should be a no-brainer because once you've already cut out that area with the eyeshadow base, you're just covering the eyeshadow base. So, nothing special going on here. I'm actually gonna probably take, I want it to be a little bit smokier, so I'm probably gonna take Fire OG again on my blending brush and just bring this up a little bit more. Now I'm just going to take Luna from the palette, which is that nude color right next to Gemini, and run it over the top because there's nothing worse than doing a full look of makeup and then just leaving this area blank. You got to blend that baby, okay? Loving it so far. I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I use dark brown even though my hair is gray. I got this brush at Forever 21. Mainly because it has little baby sharks on it. It's a very thin detail brush. Love using this for my brows, especially because my brows no longer have an arch and they just kind of go out like a Vulcan. This works great for it. So I usually start underneath, especially when I've got these unruly little hairs. I kind of just make sure I'm grabbing them all in there. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And same thing with this one. Now I just pull out. It depends just how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I do put an arch. Actually, fuck it. Let's do an arch right now. Yeah, I mean, it's so far back, who really cares? It's like when you look forward, it looks like I don't have an arch anyway. And then very, very gently, usually in this area, I just kind of draw those in. I don't like it looking too blocky in the front. I'd rather it look a little bit more wispy. That's fine. That looks good for me. And I'm just doing the same on this side. Sorry, I'm pretty silent when I do my brows. It requires complete focus. Anyway, I'm done. They don't have to be perfect. I never make my brows perfect because who fucking cares? Going back with my favorite brush. By the way, this is from e.l.f. You can get it at Target or something. It's a great brush. It's not really what you use, it's how you use it. All right, I'm not putting a lot, but I'm taking Gemini, which is in the corners of my eyes, but I'm gonna put it up here on my brow bone. Not all about taking like the white concealer and like carving out my brow unless I'm doing like a super dramatic look or I'm doing drag. Next, hang on, I gotta jump back into this bag again. Oh, I've been looking for that lipstick. My favorite love of my life eyeliner is the Stila Waterproof All Day Liner. It's a liquid, it's a little pen. It's amazing, and that's honestly probably why I lost it too, because I use it so much. So we're gonna go and we're gonna use one of the other two. I really do love the tattoo liner from Kat Von D, and my new favorite, actually, that doesn't go anywhere, is the NYX, once again, NYX Matte Liquid Liner. Let's use this one. This is new. I like this one a lot. I feel like a lot of you guys are scared of liquid liners that come like this, that are like in a pen or like a little paintbrush form. So I'm gonna use it just to scare you guys a little bit. And when I'm doing a dramatic look like this, that's not even dramatic enough for me. That should be more dramatic. Honestly, I'm like a second away from just going in with the black, but I'm not gonna go there yet. Oh, you know what? Before I do liner, let's do the under eyes. I'm gonna take Fire OG again. I think it's probably becoming my favorite one. Okay, you guys can't see me making a weird face, so good. I'm not in the waterline just yet, but I'm going on the outside of the waterline. To right about there. Not quite the corner. You could take any excess and just smoke it back that way. Could probably do this without looking. I don't know if I want to try that. Alright, I'm not looking. How's it going? Someone tell me. Oh, I'm fine. You guys are in for a real treat because I'm actually going to use a different brush. Now what I'm going to do is just smoke that out a little bit more. I didn't put any product on this brush. I'm just kind of bringing the Fire OG that's already on my eye down a little bit. I really want to keep it dark in the corners of my eye. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up using black. I'm going back with my packing brush and I'm going to use Leo. I'm going to go into the wet line. And that makes all the difference. Putting it inside your wet line is going to transform a smoky eye for you. Trust me, if you're afraid of putting stuff in your wet line, oh, mainly for that reason, fine. But really, like, look at the difference. Smolder, no smolder. Smolder and Scully, no smolder and Scully. I'm going to take a little bit more Gemini and I'm just going to fill in that area near my tear duct. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some eyeliner. Oh, you're sweet. This is why my makeup never gets done because my dog is so cute. So again, I'm using the NYX matte liquid liner. Here's the biggest secret to doing a really good perfect wing liner. Practice. You're not going to get it right every time. When you don't get it right, you don't feel like doing your makeup all over again, just lean the way that the good eyeliner looks. That's what we all do, honey. It's not the end of the world. I start by drawing the line where I want it. I'm going to kind of match it as best as possible. See, like, that's not right. It's better. Okay, well, that's fine. I have the general line and now I'm just going to really sharpen it by bringing that bad boy. And I'm going to do the same to this side. If it's good, just leave it alone. I usually do my wing pretty thick with this look. It's just going to be a really blown out dramatic smoky eye and I constantly just want to look like a cat. I'm going to do the same on this side. I just want to address the fact that, like, my eyeliner is totally not even right now. And I'm going to tell you how many shits I give about that right now. 0. I give like 1 shit that my eyeliner's not even. Hang on. There's always one, and it's honestly always my left eye, which is why I'm always like this. I'm really not like terribly upset at how uneven my eyeliner is. You know, this one kind of goes up this way, this one's going a little bit this way instead. Here's what I'm gonna do to fix it. My favorite brush. I'm gonna go in with Bonnie, and I'm just gonna put some on the top. And your eyeliner is already black, so don't worry about getting it on top of your eyeliner. In fact, it kind of works as a setting powder for your eyeliner. Just to give like a little bit more depth and get that really, like, you know, deep crease action. And honestly, when you do this, when you add a little bit of that black over the liner and the rest of it, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna look good. I don't know. I was gonna say it's gonna kind of help counteract the fact that your eyeliner isn't even, but honey, there's no hope for you. It's fine. You guys, I don't wear lashes that often. My lashes have always been super duper long, and I wore glasses for about 20 years. When you wear lashes and mascara, when you have glasses, sometimes it hits your glasses. It's very irritating. So because of that, I never really wore lashes and stuff that often. I'll put them on because I like you guys a lot. I feel like this is what you're here to see. Okay. Little bit of eyelash glue. I would say to let your eyelash glue dry for about like 30-45 seconds before you try putting it on your face. Tilt your head back a little bit and look down. And I usually start by placing the inside of the lash first. I know they have all those crazy contraptions to pinch it super duper close. You think cavemen had that? when they were putting on their fake lashes? No, honey, they just had their fingers. Alright, obviously the glue's not dry yet. I am using Bad Gal Bang from Benefit Cosmetics for my mascara. I was about to say like, oh, okay, now you're done, but I forgot to do the rest of my face, so we're not done. I really, really love Fenty's matchstick, so I'm using Amber. I have these like cool lines. See those? They're like very androgynous lines on my face, and I really like that because I'm really into androgyny and I think that's super hot. So I do bring those out a little bit more when I contour my face. Oh, I forgot this area. So I'm using, again, Fenty's matchsticks in linen. And I just kind of go right above where I did the contouring of my cheek. It doesn't seem even. Yeah, it's even, I guess. Whatever. I really just kind of like work out where some of the shadows are on my face. Like I get these like kind of puffy areas right here. So I will take my linen matchsticks and go through and just kind of add so that doesn't stick out as much. I'm trying not to put too much product on my face. This is the e.l.f. foundation in Buff. I'm gonna take my giant beauty blender. It has really, really awesome coverage for being like a drugstore, essentially, foundation. So a lot of people, I don't know, don't do this, but I do, especially because I generally wear a liquid lipstick. I put my foundation over the line of my lip, not my entire lip. For the first time, I'm going to use powder. I'm going to use powder actually for a couple of things. I have really bad creasing under my eyes right now, so I'm gonna pop on some powder with just a concealer brush. I'm like very iffy about packing underneath my eyes. It just ends up looking really, really super cakey. I don't like it. So I just take a concealer brush and I take some powder. And I'm using Huda Beauty's Easy Bake loose baking and setting powder. You know what it is. I don't want to tell you. So I'm just gonna take some of the powder too and just run it over that line. I just don't like having like bleeding from my lip color. This is my little Z palette full of contouring colors. God, I wish I remember where I got them. Take a little brush. And so I use, ow, my leg is asleep. I use a couple different colors. So I generally use this kind of color. I don't use very much, but I do that kind of starting out. And I'm sure you guys all know the 3 trick. This like make a 3 on your face. I sort of do that, I guess. So I don't do a lot of this color, but I use multiple colors when I'm contouring just to give my face a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker one. So I used that one just now. I'm going to use this one. And what I definitely do, because I have like a permanent double chin, I take that color and I run it right along here. Y'all know my secret now. One of my favorite blushes is this Sephora one called Charmed. It's softer. It looks more natural on me. So you always want to go with one that's more natural. I really just kind of stick to like this area right here, just in case I happen to smile. Not likely. One of my new favorite things is this finishing powder from NYX. Once again, they have this like holographic halo setting powder. I thought that it was going to be like super duper shiny. I'm not going to look like a fairy princess. I'm not doing that. Here, I'm going to put some on my hand so you can see. It's got a really nice like sheeny, a Charlie Sheen to it, if you will. Yeah, I guess I should kind of contour my nose. I don't really contour my nose either because I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a Muppet nose, okay? And everyone's always like, no, you don't. But look, it's a Muppet nose. okay? I really don't like drawing too much attention to it. I just let it be. But there's really no way of making it look thinner. It just is what it is. It's on my face. If you're gonna contour your face, you need to contour all parts of your face. So begrudgingly, I'm going to contour my freaking nose. Everything I do makes it like, I feel like now it just looks bigger somehow. I accept the fact that I'm not doing it right, if that's the case. That's fine. If there's a better way I could be contouring my nose, like by all means, let me know. So this is obviously very, very loved because it doesn't even have the name on it anymore, but this is ColourPop. The color is Mama, and it's one of my go-to colors. Red used to be my go-to color, but now I think one of these rustier colors is my go-to. So I guess I'll get up nice and close so you can see what I'm doing. This is my palette. This is the palette of my soul. Like a little bit of the mustard, the greens, the rusty colors. I'm happy with it. And I know that I haven't done highlighter yet. I'm going to show you how I do highlighter. Hang on. If I'm going somewhere where nobody really knows me, like other people's holiday parties, I like my +1 look. I like to pretend like I have lip fillers, even though I don't. And I'm gonna take a dark color. I'm using the Saint and Sinner palette. I'm gonna use Crucifix, and I just kind of go over the corners and I contour my lips, basically. Now this doesn't really work when you know people where you're going, because then they're gonna be like, oh my god, your lips look so great, and then I have to be like, yeah, and then they'll be like, oh, did you get them done? And I'd be like, no, I didn't get them done. I'm poor, you know that. This works a lot better if you don't know people. Yeah, it's a little more than I intended, but that's okay. It's drama. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks like too much, doesn't it? And then I'm gonna take the color Devil, which is a really cool orangey color, and just highlight a little bit with it. Like, you don't want to do like crazy like I just did. You do a little bit and it's fine. I did this a little bit more dramatic because I'm on camera and I got a little nervous. What am I doing now? Oh, I know. I'm actually gonna use my setting spray. I know what you're thinking. Kara, oh no, you didn't put your highlighter on. I know, hang on. So while the setting spray is still wet, I go over, this is my new favorite highlighter, Gold Ore by Melt. And I'm gonna take some pretty liberally. Not too much, Kara, gentle. I'm sorry, I'm such a bad YouTuber. I'm not going to put it right here on the tip of my nose. I'm not. I already told you I have nose problems. I'm gonna look like I have a bunch of Coke on the tip of my nose. I think this is it. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, this is my kind of like my go-to everyday look for going to the dollar store. I like having like a basic technique of how I do my makeup and then switching out the colors as I feel like it. Hopefully that helped. Maybe you guys did it along with me. Show me some photos of you doing your makeup. I want to see them. And I'll link all the products below so you can check it out. If you like these colors, if you want to try them on yourself, I'm gonna go shopping now. I seriously like, oh my god. I just want to like hold it like a baby. I'm gonna go jump in my makeup bag now.